Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are at the Cristo Rey Network, powered by StriveScan Virtual College Fair. My name is Sibel. I'll be your facilitator for this evening. I am super excited. We have some super exciting panelists and presenters here to tell you a little bit about their amazing schools. So I'm ready to get started, but just before we do, a few housekeeping items. So remember, you are muted and your video is turned off, okay? The panelists cannot see or hear you at this point in time throughout the virtual college fair. So it's going to be important to ask those questions, okay? So our panelists, if you could turn your video off, thank you. When it comes down to asking those questions, go ahead and you're going to click on that Q&A button. The Q&A button is located in your Zoom toolbar. So if you look at your Zoom toolbar, you'll see the Q&A section there. You'll click on that button, type in your questions at any point in time to those presenters, and they will go ahead and answer them. Now, two things about this Q&A button. Number one, we do not have a live Q&A happening at the very end of the session with your questions. So it's really important to understand that these presenters will be answering the questions throughout the entire virtual college fair. So please do not wait until the last minute. We want to get to all of your questions. Secondly, if you could do us a favor and help us out, please put the school's name within the question so we all know who the question goes to. That would be awesome. So thank you for that. Two last things here. Sign up for more sessions. We do have more college presentations happening this evening as well as this weekend with the Cristo Rey Network. So please check those out and check out the schedule on the website. A recording will be available of this. So if mom missed out or a friend wanted to check out these schools, or maybe you just want to relive the fun with us, that would be awesome too. And a recording will be available of all sessions. And they'll be at strivescan.com/Cristo-Rey. Last but not least, super quick little note here. If you do see some notifications popping up in your chat, that is because our panelists and presenters could be putting in some really cool links and things for you to check out within the chat. Okay, so definitely check those out. Now, without further ado, I would love to get started. First and foremost, we have the University of San Francisco.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so you can see my information. My name is Stephanie. I am one of the assistant directors in our Office of Undergraduate Admission. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Thank you so much for being here tonight to learn a little bit more about our institutions and wanting to know more about USF. So here is a little map that we created for y'all just to get you centered in terms of where we are in the city of San Francisco. And so USF, we are the Jesuit Catholic school in the city. We're located about 3 miles from downtown and about 3 miles from the beach. At USF, our location, we are right in the middle of the city. So I would say it's a really nice happy medium for a lot of our students because you're not right in the middle of San Francisco. So you're not overwhelmed by the city, but you're still close enough to really get a sense of the energy of San Francisco and what makes it so special. Our students at USF, when they're living on campus, especially their freshman year, they're not allowed to have cars on campus. So you do have a Muni bus pass, and the Muni is the bus system that we have in San Francisco. So you do get a bus pass every fall and spring semester. So you're able to get around the city. And that is the biggest main mode of transportation in San Francisco. So we want you to have that genuine experience, but again, really also saving you on that headache of having a car in the city, especially if you've ever visited before, you already know that parking is very limited. So again, just to kind of let you know where we are in San Francisco. And then here is our fall 2021 class profile. So this is a breakdown of all of our students who are attending USF. Currently, we are ranked 5th in the United States for campus ethnic and racial diversity at USF. So really exciting. So not only do we have a diverse community, but we also want to make sure students are going to be successful on our campus as well. So we do have a lot of different resources to make sure that our students are going to be academically, professionally, and personally successful at USF. In terms of our kind of breakdown here, 30% of our students are first generation, myself included. So meaning that you're the first in your family to graduate high school and go to college. So this is a big part of our population at USF. So something that really is able to help you connect with others in terms of that very unique experience coming to college for the first time. And then about 29% of our students are coming from low income background. So we have a diversity in terms of our socioeconomic backgrounds at USF. And then we also have a pretty big LGBTQ plus community on campus. So we are located in San Francisco. I think that really adds to that desire to want to be in a city that is inclusive and that is focused on equity. And so in terms of USF, we really want to make sure all students are going to feel welcomed on campus and making sure that you feel like it's going to be your home for the next 4 years at USF. And then here are some facts in terms of our university itself. So we have about 6,000 undergraduate students at USF. And typically the class average is about 20 to 25 students per class, depending on the class that you are taking. So that really adds to that Jesuit and private school experience in terms of really having that one-on-one time with your professors, your peers, as well as other staff, such as your CASA success coach, who is, in addition to your advisor, someone who is going to be coaching you throughout the 4 years at USF and making sure you're going to be, again, academically successful, but really they're your point person for any questions. So if you have any questions about how do you, open a credit card, or how do you find an apartment in San Francisco? What other jobs are there, in the Bay Area? So they really are your point person to chat about all those questions. And then your academic advisor is going to be making sure that you're going to be academically successful and graduating in 4 years within your major. We are most well known for psychology, biology, nursing, business, and computer science. Those are our top 5 majors at USF, but we have over 40 majors and over 40 minors to choose from. In terms of the programs itself, we also have nursing, which is our biggest major on campus, direct entry. So you do have to select that you're interested in nursing at the time of your application, which is super important. And so in terms of the programming, we do have student support services, such as student disability services. We have the Learning, Writing, and Speech Center on campus. We also have tutors in every discipline, every class. And if we don't have a tutor or tutoring kind of services for a specific major or class that you have, we do go out into the city of San Francisco to make sure that we can give you that adequate support to be successful at USF. So if it's not at USF, you'll definitely find it in the city, but we will make sure to bring that to you as a USF student. In terms of applying to USF, we are located on the Common application. So making sure you are submitting the Common app. We are test optional, and we actually went test optional in 2019 before the pandemic. We really are passionate about equity in higher education. And we saw, as much as the research has shown, that test scores are not really great indicators of how well you're going to do in college, but potentially your high school GPA is a better indicator. So we always leave it up to you as a student if you would like to submit your test scores or not. Engineering, nursing, biology, all of those majors are included in being test optional. So definitely making sure that that when we mean test optional, it truly is, optional. We are also making letters of recommendation permanently optional at USF. And again, this is coming out of equity. We understand that you don't always have access to the counselors, high school teachers who may have the time to write you letters of recommendation. So if you have someone who is going to write you a letter of recommendation, perfect. The maximum amount of letters of rec are going to be 2. But if you don't have someone, or maybe, that's just a part of your application that you were not able to submit, that is okay. We, again, we're making it optional continuing on from this year. We're also accepting unofficial and official transcripts. So making sure that whatever you have access to, you're able to send to USF. And they can come straight from the high school. So if you're requesting them from your high school counselor, from your transcript office, anything like that, making sure you are sending them to USF. Or if you already have access to an unofficial or official transcript, you can go ahead and send it to us either through email or through mail. And then our EAED, which stands for Early Action and Early Decision, deadlines are due November 1st. So making sure you are submitting everything that you need to for your application by then. We do have a grace period of a week after that to make sure you're submitting any late documents. So make sure to get it as soon as possible. And then for regular decision, we have that due January 15th. And so for students deciding on which one to apply by, for early action, early decision, your grades have to be pretty strong, because we do only look at your grades from freshman year until junior year, because your first part of senior year is not ready. So just making sure you keep that in mind. If you are taking AP, IB courses, your senior year, your first semester, then I would highly recommend applying regular decisions so we can add those extra points into your GPA when you are applying. So really up to you and your family or whoever else you're consulting as you're making these decisions on where to apply, but definitely up to you of when that best choice is, whether early action, early decision, or regular decision. And then these are great ways to stay connected with us. So if you want to get an idea, a sense of our campus community, energy, making sure to follow us on Instagram, as well as going on to different upcoming events. So we do have a virtual student panel. I believe we have a few this fall semester. We also have Explore USF. And you can find all of this information on our website, or if you can't find it and would like to sign up, making sure you can email admission@usfca.edu. But really great ways to stay in touch with us and see what student life is like. And we did return in person at USF this fall semester, so you really get to see a sense of our campus community starting this fall. And then here is my information. So I, again, am one of the assistant directors in our Office of Undergraduate Admission. I do have the territories, Texas, as well as Santa Clara County, San Jose, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. So if you're coming from any of those locations, I will be your admission counselor. So feel free to take my information from the page here. But if you are from any other locations, our QR code on the top right corner, you can scan that if you have an iPhone, and it'll take you directly to our webpage with our counselor. So thank you so much for being here tonight. It was great to meet y'all, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, University of San Francisco. Your timing, by the way, was fantastic. Just putting that out there. With that said, next up we have California Lutheran University.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen as I introduce myself. My name is Diana Hernandez. I am an admission counselor here at California Lutheran University, located in Thousand Oaks, California. My pronouns are she, hers, ella. But Cal Lutheran alums, I'm really excited to share a little bit about what this institution can mean for you. So we'll go ahead and get started. I like to start off by sharing a little bit of Cal Lutheran by the numbers. So we have just under 3,000 undergraduate students. You're looking at an undergraduate population of 2,800 with an average class size of 17 and a 14:1 faculty to student ratio. I do like to share with students, if you don't want professors to know your name, chances are we may not be for you. I am okay saying that. I don't want to promise something that I know you wouldn't be receiving if you were to come to campus. And the truth is, even in those larger classes for us that are about 30 students, professors are going to take the time to get to know you, get to know what your goals are, what you're passionate about, and they want to be part of your academic journey and your professional journey as well. All of our professors are still active in the field, and so they have that network of connections. So they want to start connecting you with different people that are going to be able to support you along the way. It's definitely something you can expect from our campus. So California Lutheran University, that is, our middle name is Lutheran, but we do have 41 different faiths represented on our campus. We welcome students from all walks of life, from all different religions, spiritual worldviews. We want you all to know that you're wanted on this campus. There is lots of opportunities to really be involved with our campus ministry office. However, we feel like religion is a get to, not a have to. So you get the opportunity to continue to explore your faith, learn more about it, practice it, but it's not something that you are forced upon. Another thing really important to point out is our designation as a Hispanic Serving Institution. This week is actually Hispanic Serving Institutions Week. And so what it means is that its most basic 101 level is that at least 25% of our students identify as Latinx. But what it really looks like on campus for us is the Department of Education asks us to look at all of our students that come from traditionally underrepresented backgrounds in higher education and make sure that we have the systems to be able to support them. So we break that down a little bit more. Is who does that encompass? It encompasses our Latinx students, our Black students, Indigenous, women in STEM, students that are part of the LGBTQIA community, and so many more, right? So when we were really looking at it, we're able to really serve a lot of our students, if not most of our students, through these different designations that we have. A little bit about our majors. So we have 41 majors, 43 minors. Some of our popular majors are listed there. We don't have any impacted majors, which is great in a way. When you gain admission into Cal Lutheran, you're gaining admission into every single one of our majors. It's super common for our students to double major in a minor, do a major and emphasis in a minor, really combine the different areas, how they see fit, and really be able to explore all of these different areas so that as you're developing and growing as a person, that area that you think you might want to major in may change. And so you really do have that flexibility on our campus. We also have an amazing 4 to finish program where we guarantee your graduation in 4 years. So if the last semester the class is full or it's no longer being offered, then we will pay for that extra semester for you to finish your degree, which is just amazing. And that does cover a double major. So again, you still have the opportunity to explore these different areas that you're passionate about. Cal Lutheran is really big on hands-on learning, and so that goes through study abroad, internships, and research. Every single one of our majors has opportunities to research. I always thought of that as the lab coats, biology, chemistry, biochemistry, but the truth is our students in theater arts and art and music are doing research. And so when you go to apply to graduate level programs or where you go to apply to different jobs, that definitely looks amazing. It's going to help you stand out as a candidate. Internships with big name companies such as NBC, Disney, CBS, really our location is so key for these amazing internships. We're able to help our students land. Both Santa Barbara and Los Angeles are really big cities that offer amazing opportunities, and we're definitely very lucky to be able to offer that for our students. Study abroad, we have programs in over 80 different countries, some that could literally take you all around the world. I always share with students, study abroad is either going to be the highlight of your college experience or your biggest regret because you didn't do it. I fall into the biggest regret category. That's definitely something I wish I could go back in time and change. So wherever you end up, most of these amazing institutions that are out here, we all have different study abroad programs. So please just go check out their study abroad office and see what different opportunities are available to you. Of course, college is much more than just the academics and what comes next in your career. And so this also has a lot to do with the community that you're joining. Here at Cal Lutheran, we're one of the friendliest campuses in the nation. We have over 100 different clubs and organizations, ranging from academic to social justice to cultural to hobbies to really anything and everything in between. We have lots of amazing opportunities for you to get together with students that are like-minded. Some of the favorite events are listed there for our students. And one of my favorite things is that these events are free. There is always something to do on our campus. I found as a student, I had a harder time deciding which event I was going to go to versus trying to find an event to go to. One of my favorite things is being able to go and participate, right? You're going to have your roommates, your friends of friends that then become your own friends that are involved in these different clubs, that are involved in our athletic teams. So we do have 22 NCAA Division III teams for our students to participate and continue to get to know each other and build their community. Our teams are listed here. We do also have amazing facilities for our students where even if you don't want to commit to a college level team, you still have the opportunity to participate and use those resources. Living on campus is also really important. So we do have amazing facilities on our campus. We are ranked number 12 in the state of California for our nicest residence halls. We don't have any communal restrooms that you go down the hall and share with everyone on your floor. That was definitely one of my favorite things on campus. They're called what we call a suite layout. And so it's definitely, you share your most immediate space with one other student and then your suite with 3 other students, and amazing facilities for dining as well. And to apply for Cal Lutheran, we are Common App exclusive. That is the only way to apply. We'll require your official high school transcripts and a letter of recommendation to be from a teacher or counselor. Cal Lutheran is test optional, and similar as to what Stephanie was mentioning, we are truly optional. And so if you don't want to submit them, that is completely okay. Your application is not going to be weighed any differently. You will still be considered for all of our scholarships and everything that comes with that. So we have deadlines. The first is November 1st, and the second is January 1st. November 1st is our early action deadline. It is not binding, so you're not committing to coming to Cal Lutheran. You'll still have until May 1st to decide. But for either of these deadlines, you will automatically be considered for academic scholarships that go up to $25,000. If you would like to be considered for the presidential scholarship, that goes up to full tuition. This scholarship is tied to our November 1st deadline. So it is important that you make that deadline to be considered for that. For either one of these two, there is nothing extra you need to do. It's automatic consideration at the time of admission. One of my favorite academic scholarships that we offer is our public price promise. If you are admitted into any of the UCs, UCLA, UCSB, Davis, Berkeley, Irvine, and the rest, then we will match their average cost of attendance. So this means coming to Cal Lutheran for the cost of a public school. One of my favorite scholarships, like I mentioned, as tuition continues to increase, so will your scholarship. If tuition never went down for any reason, then your scholarship would stay the same. And again, this is for the UC system. So if you have any one of those schools already on your list, if you gain admission, make sure to let us know. You'll see what we call our sticker price, which would be your estimated or what would cost to attend Cal Lutheran. But the truth is we have 98% of our students receiving financial aid. And so there is so much financial aid that we can tap into. Don't let the sticker price of any school scare you away from applying, because first comes the application process and then comes the financial aid. We'll go ahead and share our contact information for the general admissions line in the chat. I will also be putting my own contact information. Stephanie mentioned the areas she mentioned. I think that was wonderful. So I cover the kind of local Ventura County area as well as the state of Illinois. I'm actually in Illinois right now. I'm in the state of Washington as well. So if you're not from those areas, that's okay. You're going to have one of my amazing colleagues working with you. I am more than happy to get you in touch with them. There's also amazing opportunities for you to check out what we have online. You can do some virtual tours if you find yourself out of the area. There's opportunities for you to engage with our students and just learn more about our campus. Thank you all so much for being with us today.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, California Lutheran University. If you have any questions, by the way, please put them in the Q&A at this point in time. All right, next up we have Santa Clara University.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Santa Clara University's presentation. My name is Lorenzo Gamboa. I am one of the directors of admission here at our university. What you are seeing on your screen is the most beautiful picture of our campus. So hopefully you guys are seeing that right now. Santa Clara University, invent the life you want to lead. I do want to let you know, one, I am an alumnus of this campus, so the information you're going to hear from me in the next couple of minutes, extremely biased. So go back, check your information, but I will let you know that you will not make a mistake by checking out this university. Santa Clara University is in the heart of Silicon Valley, so it is a place where anybody in the world wants to play at. So I tell everyone that you can't go wrong by being in Northern California. You're gonna be right next to the city of San Jose, city of Oakland, city of San Francisco, right next to the beach in Santa Cruz. Whatever it is that your heart desires, 24/7 is gonna be accessible to each and every one of you while studying at Santa Clara. Right now, about 55% of my student body comes from the state of California, 45% comes from everywhere else. And what's really cool is that this is the oldest campus in the state. So you are getting to be part of that legacy and that history and growing the enrichment of this campus. Right now, represented almost in every single state in the US, with the exception of North Dakota. So if anybody knows somebody for some reason in North Dakota, please get them to apply here. I need that 50th state. Other than that, we are growing internationally and love the global perspective that each and every one of you will have access to and tap into here, because you're going to come in here and play with the best, the brightest of the world. Right now, your neighbors here, Google, Yahoo, Lockheed, eBay, NASA, Young, KPMG, Pricewaterhouse, Deloitte, Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Tesla, Electronic Arts, NVIDIA, you name it, it's going to be here for you. So right now, we are pretty blessed. We have more job offers, more internship offers. There are actually current students enrolled at Santa Clara. Now, what makes us different from most institutions out there in the country? Well, I am part of that Jesuit system, like my colleagues up north, USF, and my colleagues down south, LMU, that you're going to hear about here in a bit. But we are all part of this Jesuit society, which means that we basically like to make sure that we give you not just the capacity to expand your mental capacity and strengthen that, but give you the opportunity to also build the spiritual and physical experience as well while studying on our campuses. The main difference between us and other schools, I always say, is like, you will always be able to go get a wonderful business degree, a wonderful engineering degree, a wonderful arts degree anywhere else in the world. But at the end of the day, one is just going to hand you a diploma and say, thank you for coming here. And the one at Santa Clara is going to ask you, so what? What are you going to do with this? How are you going to make an impact? Now, if you were applying to me 150 years ago, yes, you were probably Catholic because Jesuits come from a Catholic order. But right now, 50% of them tell me they're Catholic, 50% come from every other denomination, with the exception of finals week, when everybody becomes Catholic for some reason and is praying to pass their class. But other than that, it is really an open campus. I really encourage students to get involved and get to see what religious opportunity and growth looks like for each and every one of you, especially at your age when you're here studying as a student. We ask you, keep an open mind and know that in the world, regardless of major, regardless of interest, you will run across three things that will run this society and this world, which is 1, money, 2, politics, and 3, religion. So you should understand all of those 3 pillars so you can be successful in whichever field that you decide to go into. Now at Santa Clara, we are currently about 5,500 undergraduates. We are looking to grow to 6,000. So the best thing for you is that for the next 2 or 3 years, I'm looking to increase. That means I will have higher admit rates until I hit that 6,000 mark, and then everything will drop dramatically after that. So jump on the ship now if you want to get on and make sure that you have a wonderful opportunity. We have 11-to-1 faculty student ratios, average class about 23 to 24 students. The really cool thing is that almost everybody who comes here loves it and then they stay, which is called retention rate. This is really critical and important for you guys to look at when you're looking at your schools. How many of them stay there and finish their degrees and not are transferring out of there? The other one is that's really important for us is we're very proud that our first generation students beat out the average graduation rate for our overall student body at 88%. Our first gens are graduating almost at 90% in 4 years, which is phenomenal when you look at it at the national level. And not only completing a degree, most of them are double majoring, double minoring, studying abroad, and accomplishing all of that in 4 years. This is what an average class at Santa Clara might look like for each and every one of you. So it's going to be very Socratic. We're going to ask you questions. You're not going to be able to fall asleep here. We want to push you, but we also want you to push us to be better. We were founded as a liberal arts institution. So yes, because I'm in Silicon Valley, it doesn't mean that only business and engineers study here. People who want to expand the opportunities of the arts and all that stuff thrive at this campus. But also if you were like me, geeky, and you wanted to get down and dirty with your education, yeah, I give you that as well. We have a ton of opportunities. And in fact, right now, opening up a brand new STEM center this fall. So look at it at www.scu.edu/STEM, and I'll put that in the chat box later for you guys to see. Other than that, again, get involved with anything and everything that you're passionate about. For us, it's really invent the life that you want to lead on our campus. I don't want you to limit yourself. We are 19 Division I sports, 20 Division I sports, 19 club sports, and over 150 clubs and organizations on this campus. So I always get the question of what type of student are you looking for? Well, at Santa Clara, I want students who are going to challenge my faculty, challenge my staff, but at the same time, go paint your face and get on ESPN every once in a while. That's what I really want. Your housing here at Santa Clara is ridiculously nice. We have a 2-year housing policy now, so all first years and second years, you guys will live on campus. Your biggest challenge is your freshman 15, your freshman 40, because it's going to come. Because one of the biggest traditions here is eating. You are again in the mecca of where the world plays. Every culture, every language, and all the food in the world you can taste will be available to you. So get involved, get out there, get physical. We are only on the Common App. And when you apply to us, we are direct entry. So we are direct entry into arts and science, business, or engineering. And it's up to you what you're looking for. The only thing that I ask you to tell me is where do you want to begin your academic adventure in? Is it arts and science? Is it business or engineering? Okay. From there, everything else will come after. You don't have to declare a major yet, but if you have something that you are interested in, go for it. Let me know. It just helps me facilitate and give you more resources. Other than that, don't worry. Again, most students will double major, double minor, study abroad, and still be able to do all that in 4 years. So there's enough mentorship and guidance for each and every one of you. Currently, the most popular majors for a lot of students are communications, counseling, psychology, political science, and business. It's accounting, finance, and marketing. And in the School of Engineering, it's civil, mechanical, and biomedical engineering. But we are in Silicon Valley, so computer science is extremely popular here. The only catch is I offer computer science in all 3 schools. Arts and science, business, and engineering. So it's up to you. What is it that you're looking for? So look at us and do some research. Now, this is one of the most important slides of the deck. So please, if you have an iPhone, whatever, take a picture of this because this is exactly how I look at your application. We unweight your GPA here. I don't look at a weighted GPA. And I give you a range of the GPAs here because it depends on when you're applying. Is it early action or early decision? And then I also want to see the full picture, not just academics, but what else are you doing? What's the leadership? What's the purpose, passion, and meaning? And what's the ganas behind what you're doing? Okay, I want to see that you're going to thrive, not that you're just getting through stuff. And at Santa Clara, your deadlines are coming up. November 1st for early decision, early action. Regular decision is January 7th. I also offer ED2 as an option. All of these things are very, very important deadlines to look at, but talk to your counselors about the impact of what decision or application you decide to submit. And if you have other questions, please don't forget, you can always connect with us. We're on every other platform, and I will turn it over to my other colleagues. We're ready to present to you. So thank you for tuning in.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Santa Clara University. If you have any questions for them, this is definitely the time to go ahead and put it in the Q&A. Last but certainly not least, we have Loyola Marymount University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Christine Para from Loyola Marymount University, or as we are referred to, LMU. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get started. Here we go. Okay. So we are, along with USF and Santa Clara, great to be with you guys here today. Part of the Jesuit network of schools, over 200 globally, 27 here in the United States. We are the only mid-sized Catholic university in Southern California, part of that 500-year tradition. So 3 tenets and 3 things that we think are distinctive about LMU include our Jesuit tradition, being a mid-sized institution, and our location in the incredible city of Los Angeles, California. So 3 components of our Jesuit identity, which are also a part of our mission, include reflection and discernment. So this is taking a deeper dive into intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, and encouragement of learning. Cura Personalis. So you're going to see a few Latin terms come up in my presentation. Cura Personalis means care of the whole person. We do this through a full educational experience that fully integrates mind, body, and spirit. Another Latin term referred to as magis, that means more. We're going to push you to learn more, do more, and improve everything around you. So we do this based off of our core curriculum. That's at the foundation of our academic structure. It was based off of our very first undergraduate college, our Bellarmine College of Liberal Arts. It's built upon what we call 13 big ideas. And our core focuses on developing communication, critical thinking, and analytical skills. So you can really customize your core by choosing from a wide variety of courses. Overall, we offer 60 majors and 55 minors, and they're organized into these 5 undergraduate schools you see on the right-hand side. So like some of my counterparts, we are seeing more students that are adding on a minor or double majoring, and we are committed to you doing that within a 4-year span of time. So unlike some other of these colleges also, we have seen an increase in the number of students that are coming in undecided. It's hard to know what direction you want to go. Every student, even if you're undecided, is going to have an academic advisor to guide you through each step of the way through your academic process. So in looking at the colleges and schools on the right-hand side, liberal arts is our largest. Some more popular majors include English, psychology, journalism, and political science. And then our College of Business Administration, which has an accreditation, the AACSB accreditation. Only 5% of business programs in the world have obtained that accreditation. Majors include accounting, entrepreneurship, finance, information systems, business analytics, which is really gaining in popularity, management, leadership, and marketing. Continuing on to our College of Communication and Fine Arts, dance, music, theater. These are all very popular minors, by the way. Also studio arts with a graphic design or multimedia arts emphasis, and communication studies. So back to double majoring and minoring. You have the ability with a school our size to add on to be an engineering major and to have music as a minor. Or maybe it's dance and biology. So you have the ability to mix things up, which is pretty cool. College of Science and Engineering. So we've seen a lot of growth in this area within the life sciences, biology, chemistry, biochemistry, health and human science. We have an excellent admit rate, by the way, and pathway and advisement programs into pre-med, pre-dentistry, optometry, occupational therapy, and physical therapy as well. Within engineering, we've expanded our program within computer sciences, as was mentioned, as well as mechanical, electrical, civil engineering, and engineering physics, and then the School of Film and Television. So this is where our location really comes into play. It's been around for about 40 years. It's ranked as one of the top programs, not just within the country, but also within the world. And something unique and distinctive about our School of Film and Television is that you own your production. At a lot of other schools and programs, you have to apply to be a part of a production, and you hand that over to the institution. So that is going to be your own film production once you graduate. And some exciting news on that front, the first week of school, we're polishing our brand new 25,000 square foot undergraduate film building right off of our current film building. And then 5 years ago, we added 50,000 square foot of space right down the hill in Playa Vista. I'll talk a little bit more about that. And that's additional film space, equipment, and events that are happening for SFTV. So we are officially a medium-sized university with about 6,600 undergraduate students. 2/3 of our students are coming from California, half of those from Northern, half from Southern. We're 10% international from 90 different countries. We've really increased the diversity of our out-of-state student population. Something we share with Lorenzo is every state is represented except for North Dakota too. So Lorenzo, I'm on it. I'm trying to get that North Dakota student as well. So our average class size we list is 19. 80% of our classes have less than 30 students in them, but you could be in a class with 6 students. You could be in a class with 22. The point of that is that we are able and feel like we want to deliver our mission within that smaller classroom setting where you're engaging with your fellow students. You have access to your professors. So a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So what a greater place to be than Los Angeles for your college experience. There's no shortage of things to do. We are officially located about 2.5 miles from LAX and 2.5 miles from the Pacific Ocean. So it's not uncommon for our students to take a surf, go for a run. You hit Playa del Rey. There's about 15 miles of strand in every direction. So this connects you to endless activities, hiking, museums, concerts, etc. But more so related to academics is that there's an area down the hill from us referred to as Playa Vista or Silicon Beach. It's where you'll find the LA headquarters of bigger companies like Microsoft, Facebook, Yahoo, Google, Snapchat, YouTube. And what we think is distinctive is that when you come into LMU, we are going to connect you with your academic advisor, who's a professor, but also with a career advisor. And we're going to be doing that within the first 2 weeks of school. You're going to register with Handshake, which is our internship database system, and you're going to get the ball rolling. This is especially important for the increase in those undecided students. We have peer mentors and those career advisors helping you and guiding you into what direction that you may want to go. And I'm going to come back to careers a little bit more in a moment, but just to fill you in on student experience and what to expect and try to paint you what's going on campus. We have 19 residence halls. We just finished 2 brand new residence halls this year, offering an additional 600 spaces on campus. We now offer 9 living learning communities, and these offer different themed living, including engineering, psychology, as well as, in addition, dining locations. So, and I know I'm getting short on time, right, Cybele? Okay.
You're okay if you want to just wrap up. That's fine.
Okay. So we are a Division I for sports. We also have a variety of club sports and 200 rec sports as well. Campus employment, we offer some additional opportunities you won't find at other campuses and locations. We are number 4 in the country for the number of service hours. And we also pride ourselves in our diversity, including support for our first-gen or first-to-go student population, international support, and a very robust ethnic and intercultural services, as well as disability support services and the all-important student psychological services. So with regard to admission and application, we offer early decision, early action, ED2, and regular decision. Just to note, we are now test optional. We plan to remain so. We had about half of our application pool, about 18,800 applicants apply without a test score last year. Once you apply to LMU, you are automatically going to be evaluated for all of our merit scholarship opportunities, which are four-year opportunities. 84% of our students participate and receive financial assistance and aid. I would love to answer any of your questions. I'll put my contact information in the chat. Here it is for you, but thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for any of our representatives, you do still have a few minutes to get them in and get them answered. Now we are at the end of our session here, but if all of our representatives could come on video, that would be fantastic. I have a quick question to ask you all, and I know we are potentially having some internet issues with some of our presenters, which is totally fine. We'll do our best here. But so I have a quick question, right? And we're just going to go in order. We have a few minutes. And the question here is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And Lorenzo, if you could go first, that would be great.
What advice? Oh my gosh. Keep an open mind. I think having been a first generation student myself, I think one of the biggest fears is one, am I looking right to the right places? And two, I'm not going to get in. But you're not going to get in if you don't know if you applied. So always keep an open mind. And I think, as my colleagues already mentioned, don't ever let the sticker price be a limiting factor, because again, you won't know until you have applied how much support you might get. So that's my advice.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Christine with Loyola Marymount, you can go next.
Just to go off of what Lorenzo mentioned, it's overwhelming. You guys are applying to an average of 8 to 15 colleges and dealing with different deadlines for application, for scholarships, for financial aid. So that, handy Excel spreadsheet just to put everything in. And if you just do a little bit each day, just set aside 10 minutes a day to do a little bit, whether it be adding to your common application, to doing a little research on a school, it's all going to add up. And then you're going to get it in on time. It's going to work out. You are going to land at an incredible college, and you are going to go to college. There's so much to choose from out there. So, and don't be afraid to ask. Email colleges, even if it's a sentence or two. It doesn't have to be elaborate, but connect. We want to hear from you. We don't want to hear from your parents. We want to hear from you, the applicant. You're the one that's going to college. You're the one that's going to be living your life there and getting your degree. So don't be shy, reach out. That's what I have to say.
Definitely some awesome advice so far for this admissions process. Stephanie, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, definitely. So I would probably say for students to keep in mind that there's going to be different kinds of fits that you should be thinking about. So you should probably be thinking about academic fit. Is this an academic program that you're really looking forward to joining? Is it something that fits your needs, as well as social fit? What kind of communities are you coming into? Is it as diverse as you would like it to be? As well as financial fit, which is probably, one of the most important things, is thinking about, is it going to be financially feasible for you and your family? Is it something that you can sustain throughout your 4 years? So I would say, definitely thinking about those three kind of criteria of academic, social, and financial fit.
Awesome. Definitely some amazing advice. And you all are the experts, so you know it best and you see it every day. And so again, my attendees, it's extremely important that, you listen to the experts and again, do your research. This is what I like to call an appetizer, okay? So you get 9 minutes of each institution, you hear some amazing facts and figures and things like that, and get to ask some quick, rapid questions. But ultimately, there is some more digging to do, right? So I just want to thank you all, my panelists and presenters, for coming this evening and being with us and sharing your experiences and your expertise. That was absolutely awesome. And also our attendees, thank you so much for joining. Really, really appreciate you being here. Super quick things after you close the window, a very quick 5-question survey will appear, so please make sure to fill that out. Sign up for more sessions. We do have another session happening after this, and also this weekend, Cristo Rey Network does have more sessions, so check the website for the schedule. And if you'd like to relive the fun, a recording is available at strivescan.com/Cristo-Rey. With that said, y'all, thank you all so much and have a great rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.